Eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur game, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight. Welcome to the post-game edition of Eagles Talk. Our Philadelphia Eagles went down, as many of us expected, to the Kansas City Chiefs. Blowout. Also, I mean, late touchdown late in the game, but it was a blowout in the end. Some good things, some bad things, but ultimately we have taken an L, another L. We're eating L's right now. We're eating L's. The offense did a lot better. We can say that. Offense did a lot better. I don't think we had a punt. Did we have a punt?
No punts during the whole
No
game.
punts today.
Both teams.
Jalen Hurts threw for damn near 400 yards.
One turnover, which was KC's. We left a lot of points on that board. We left 3 touchdowns.
Penalties. Every week.
Penalties
Take away all our red zone production.
Freaking Dillard.
We've been beating ourselves. That's what makes this worse. It'd be different if we couldn't win these games, but we can count all the points on penalties, play calling from not running the ball. Are we ever going to run the ball?
Nah.
I
don't think
not
so.
With Andre Dillard in there. Let's be honest. Andre Dillard, what the hell you doing downfield? Let's be honest. I know we run this RPO crap, but some of these plays wasn't even RPOs, and you're downfield. Why are you downfield? You're offensive lineman. All right, I can understand the one penalty where you didn't line up right. I get that. We give you one, but these 2 offensive linemen downfield on you because you just wandered away from the play. Like, dude, there's a reason why when Mulata comes back, they're gonna trade your ass. You and Barnett is a trade package. Y'all going. Y'all both going.
In a trade package, but penalties were killer, and the fact that our defense didn't stop anything. Oh my, they didn't punt either, and they darn near scored on every possession. That's horrendous, yo.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
That's horrendous.
You know
and they ran it down our throat again. Another team comes in and then runs it down our throat. Man. I mean, we didn't expect much. We didn't get much. I mean, we didn't expect much. And
well, listen, at least we're better than the Texans because we didn't get blown out 40-0. So
yeah, I mean that's a little consolation in this.
Shout out to Devontae Smith for getting his first 100-yard receiving game. He should have scored. That was a push out. So he did establish himself back inside.
Yeah, he should have.
But you can't challenge those plays because it's a penalty. You can't challenge. You really necessarily can't challenge penalties on those situations because it's kind of a judgment call. But he did get pushed out. He did establish himself back in bounds. That should have been a touchdown. But at the end of the day, he did have 100 yards. He did make a big dent in this game. But we got to get more from our team. I know we're backups for offensive linemen, but we got to get a better push. Miles Sanders only had what? Let me say.
Yeah, look up those stats. How many
Miles
times?
Sanders had 7 rushes for 13 yards.
That's ridiculous.
Kenneth Gainwell had 3 rushes for 31 yards. Jalen Hurts, he's a quarterback, so he's going to get the most. He's going to get the most out of his yards. He had 47 yards off of 8 attempts. Zach Ertz had that 1 yard 1 yard run, 9 yard run at the end of the game where Jalen Hurts instinctively just threw it to him because he's a guy that can receive the ball. And Jalen Reagor had 1 carry for 12 yards. But this goes hand in hand. Like if you can't win the game, continue throwing the ball 48 times a game. You cannot win the game doing that. You cannot win the game doing that. I know we put up some gaudy numbers at the quarterback position at 387 yards, 2 touchdowns, 105-point quarterback rating. But at the end of the day, we don't have nothing ready to show for it. We have 3 touchdowns off the board because of penalties. We had 9 penalties. Out of the 9 penalties, 4 of those penalties really cost us points and field chance and opportunity. Like that I understand the call with JJ. I think on Whiteside, he has to be better in selling his route. He can't just put his arm out there. He got to act like he's running the route. I get that a little bit, but that was a BS call too. All right.
All right, so we're starting to hear the calls now. I mean, it doesn't take long for the Eagles fans to get fed up. And here's the first call for somebody to be fired. And this Gannon, wow, was a year removed from Jim Schwartz. He's somewhere like, well, I remember that was me.
He should know that Eric Wilson is not a linebacker that should be out there. This dude, I had to rewind the play. He literally watched the defensive offensive lineman, the hole open up. He waited there, then tried to make a run at the running back after the running back got 5 yards. Like, no, you gotta attack that. Like, it was so many plays that I looked at this linebacker and it's terrible. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. It's just that it's just.
Yeah, but can we really be mad? Didn't I try to prep you guys for this? I mean, like
but
in the pregame,
Dante. The opportunities were there. We like I said, we had the opportunities. And what happened? We let the opportunities slip out of hands like silly putty.
Yeah, they were.
That's the problem.
There.
It'd be different if we actually didn't play halfway decent to stay in the game. That's what makes it worse. The penalties, Miles Sanders just not. What happened to just straight running up the middle? Do we not believe in that?
Under center.
Under center? Like if stop. Like the why is he always
do what Temple does?
Yeah, we won.
I know Temple won on that field, so we got to do what Temple does.
We won, but I just don't understand what he has against putting Jalen under center and going up the gut with Sanders a couple of times just to wear the defense down just a little bit. What's the problem?
I agree with you. One of the touchdowns was a run up the middle. I was like, wow, how imagine that. You can actually score and get yardage when you run it up the middle. Wow. Yeah. Look, guys, this is a rebuild. You guys are looking for victories in the wrong places.
It is. You're right.
I'm looking at this, and, I know there's no moral victories, but compared to our offense output the last 2 weeks, this was a win in that category. I mean, we actually saw the ball being moved and then saw some points being put on the board, which we didn't see the last 2 weeks. So I count that as improvement because in a rebuild, we're looking to just get better as the season goes on. Offense looked better today. Jalen looked better today because, a lot of people were calling for his head in the last 2 weeks. So he looks better. Defense still looks porous. It's very porous.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Man, it was just a tough loss, and I'm not going to, don't get me wrong, I'm never going to be comfortable with seeing a loss. I'm never going to be comfortable with our team losing. I'm not saying that. But it's almost like when you watch another sport, you have to learn what to root for. You know what I'm saying? What to root for. It's not the same sport you're used to. So you have to learn in soccer, okay, we're not going to see a whole lot of scoring. So you root for the other little things. Well, this is a rebuild. So we root for a win, but we have to take every little step or progression that we can get in with a rookie play caller who did a lot better except for the running.
We did not punt the ball. Every time we got the ball, our offense looked like they could score. It wasn't a
that wasn't the problem.
I don't think it was a possession where the offense didn't actually have the ability to get downfield. That wasn't the issue. The issue was our team put up 30 points. I bet you, it was 30 points last touchdown at the end of the game. 23 points. Our defense allowed 42 points. Our defense allowed 42 points. If we continue to put up 30 points and our defense is allowing 42 points, we're going to be talking about this every week.
All right, let me go to some comments here. Tony Byrne, great point here. A lot to dissect. But in the end, KC, 7 drives, 6 touchdowns. Where was the D? Did anybody notify our defense that there was a game today? Or better yet, did they go over the objectives of what's supposed to happen today? Like we win these games if we hold the other team to a lower score than ours. Because it was like Olay defense out there today. 7 drives, 6 touchdowns, no punts. They play. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm about to take a shot at you, Pat, but they play Super Bowl defense.
They did.
Today.
They played terrible defense.
They play Super
I'm not
Bowl.
gonna sit there and tell you they played scared. They were scared to come after
No, that was
Mahomes.
Super Bowl defense.
Were scared to come
Outside
after
of the strip
Mahomes.
sack at the end of the game, that's how our defense played in the Super Bowl.
But they was. They,
I'm only kidding. Go
I know,
ahead.
I know what you're talking about. But our defensive coordinator was scared to actually blitz this guy. He was scared to come after this guy. He was scared. You put Mahomes on a pedestal of Tom Brady. I mean, yes, Mahomes is a whole different breed at quarterback, and he can make you pay any way you do it. But you can't continue to rush these quarterbacks week in and week out with only 4 down linemen. Yes, Josh Sweat did get there. Hargrave is showing you that he's going to be an All Pro this
He's
year.
balling. He's
Yeah,
balling.
he's balling.
definitely
Yo,
He is balling.
even Milton Williams, even though he didn't get a sack or anything like that, he shows you the hustle and what he's about. But at the end of the day, you just gotta blitz. You have to send an extra 2 or 3 guys. You gotta be like, you know what? I will put my corners. I will put my corners on the island. I let Nelson. I'm gonna let Slade do what they gotta do. And you know what? We gotta go after this quarterback because if you continue to let this happen, right? Fresh 4 down linemen. These linebackers are inept enough to not follow the keys of what it is to be a linebacker. They can't make a play on the ball. So therefore, they're not even good in coverage. Why the hell is Eric Wilson covering freaking Tyreek Hill? We got the
Yeah.
slowest guy on defense covering the
Mhm.
fastest guy on offense. That makes absolutely no sense in any zone or any coverage that you can conjure up.
Well, what's your guess on him increasing the blitz package moving forward? Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if it's
He's
going to happen.
He's not. I
Because the
think he's
one
blitzed.
time that I paid attention to the blitz, they got burned for a touchdown. Wide open. Yeah, I mean, and you know,
like
if
this
he's
one.
anything like Schwartz. Come on, angry Pat, positive Dante, and nice.
They switched me up.
They switched you up. All right, but look, he finally goes to a blitz and he gets burned badly. So does he do it anymore? Does he do it
Yes.
anymore?
Yes,
He
Jim
needs
Johnson,
to. I
look,
agree.
Jim Johnson they created pedigree of blitzing and blitz packages and got scared off of his package system. No, yes, you're going to get burned on blitzes. The idea of
Damn.
the offense was to score against your defense. You're going to get burned, but sometimes you got to be the person. I hate to say this, burning the other team.
Is this true? Did all
I
the
think
other
so.
teams won?
I didn't look at the other scores yet.
Washington beat the Falcons.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I'll go look at it right now. I know the Cowgirls won.
Yeah.
I know the
did beat-
Cowgirls won.
Washington
Yeah,
did
Washington
beat
won.
Ooh,
Atlanta.
long weekend in Atlanta.
Oh my goodness.
And New York did beat the Saints. Yep. So
What?
we at the
Yeah.
bottom. Well, we're tied
Damn.
with the bottom.
We're tied at the bottom.
Yeah, we're tied at the bottom.
Wow, that was incredible. So there it is. Bad division, bad loss. But next week I think is a more winnable game. I won't be so disappointed. I won't be
'cause they
feeling
lost
like I
that.
was going to this game. But I think that's a more winnable game. And then it's still tough though. Still tough. going.
This
We
was a
gotta see what-
winnable game. Let's not act like this wasn't a winnable game.
You're right.
It was a winnable game. Look how many points we left on the field. If I just don't understand this zone defense though. It's driving me crazy. They give
Yeah.
up
Well,
way
you live
too
by
much.
the zone. You
You die
living
by the zone.
Yeah, he's not dying by the zone. Right now, he's dying on the sword. So with that being said, I'm gonna take a shot in honor of the sword.
Oh my goodness. All right, yeah,
Shout
we'll
out to
do that.
Temple. Shout out to Penn State.
Yeah.
Shout out to my lovely
Shout out
wife.
to Temple.
It's our
Shout out
1
to
year,
Temple.
1 month anniversary.
All right, okay, so you're watching
Oh,
Eagles
man.
Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Today, we are drinking our sorrows away because our Philadelphia Eagles have fallen once again, and they are now 1-3 heading into next week's contest against the Carolina Panthers down in Carolina. So, look, I'll take one. But
I'm
look, I'm
just
bald.
having a
I was
lemonade,
balling.
cranberry, and a little vodka. I'm not doing shots.
I'm gonna do
I
one
appreciate that,
Don
Linda.
Julio and Pat. What are you doing?
I'm doing the Terramine as a killer that I poured for me and my lovely wife, and she's trying to duck the shot.
Oh, what? I never seen Stephanie duck a shot. This is
Hmm.
incredible. All right, here we go. Everybody, here's to our Philadelphia Eagles. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Oh no! We suck again!
Basically.
It's all
Basically.
good though. It was a lot of bright spots in this game.
There was.
Shout out to it's. I gotta bring this up, Michelle. Your Temple Owls. Besides those 2 losses where they got destroyed by Rutgers and the others, I forgot who they else played.
Thanks.
They actually have looked pretty productive on offense. So shout out to the Temple Owls.
Yeah. You know, we got a little Randy Moss looking action yesterday, so that
I
was
see
good.
that.
Frank says Kerrigan needs to retire. He's stealing money.
Stealing a paycheck. I know a lot of
he's not
people in real
contributing
life
anything.
doing that.
The punter, you know what? The punter, our punter is probably the best person on this team, best player on this team. And for him not to actually play today is kind of heartbreaking for me because
Oh, poor punter.
no,
Tight
because you know what?
island.
He's I think he might be the best punter in the NFC. He may be the best punter in the NFC, and therefore he may be our lone Pro Bowl vote.
I know. No. Hargrave. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Hargrave's going to the bowl.
Yeah, Hargrave. is
Barring injury.
He's
if he
everywhere.
continues to play like that, he's
everywhere.
a beast, yo. All right, Yender says whoever the top 2 linebackers in the draft, we need to draft them. Yeah, I hope that this is proof enough for Howie to realize that we cannot continue to undervalue our linebackers.
Mhm.
Or our defense, period. Like, stop
Yeah.
playing.
They're not reading and reacting. They're reacting after the fact.
Mm-mm.
They're not reading what's going on in front of them. They're not seeing that the guard and the center are double teaming the one technique, and they're coming off of that. They don't see that. They don't understand if that happens that they need to fire into that hole and not only give assistance to making a tackle early, but also give assistance to that defensive tackle, because if you can come in and fill, you take care of your responsibility as a linebacker. You can't continue to have these linebackers sit 5 yards deep and stay 5 yards deep. That's why these teams are averaging over 6 yards per carry against us right now.
All right, Chuck Lucas says I'm taking a shot with you. So he took us. Yeah,
Appreciate
this
you,
is
Chuck.
one of those type of days. Kyle Bryant. Everyone blaming Ward for dropping. Dude was wide open. Why did Hurts throw a ball he had to die for?
He put the ball where it had to be put at on
Right.
the run. I'm not going
Exactly.
to fault Hurts on that particular pass. It did go right through Ward's hands. Your wide receiver.
Make a play. Make a
Jerry
play.
Rice would say, if it hits my hands, it's
Okay.
my responsibility to catch
Thank
it.
you.
But I do fault Hurts on the first drive where he could have easily had a nice touchdown to Zach Ertz. He still has some. He still got to get a little bit better in his reads and where he's putting the ball at. But I mean, this dude did kind of ball out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bounce
He's
back week.
he bounced back. That's what you want to see is progression. You know, our offense has a lot of young talent, and but it's hard for them to get into any kind of rhythm when you got your defense keeping you behind the 8 ball and letting people put up 40 points on you.
I was
The hell?
since I'm in rebuild mode. There's a lot of things I saw that was promised, and then the biggest thing was the coach come back. I'll give him what else should I give him? A B minus or
Yeah,
a
he's a
C?
B minus
He's a
today.
B minus today on
last
play
week he
calling
was an
because
F.
we put points up. Yeah, he was an F. We put points up. We
Yeah.
actually moved the ball very, very well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
I'll
did.
give him a B minus for that. I'll give I saw improvement in Jalen Hurts, and these guys are married. So, Jalen, it's no coincidence that Jalen Hurts had a better game when Sirianni had a better game. You know what I'm saying? You see how they go together there? He had a better play calling game today, and Hurts had a better game today.
You know what? I would give him an A. If this week, you say, you know what? This week against the Carolina Panthers, our defense end Barnett would not be playing. He's inactive. I would give him an A++ if he does that. You say Derek Barnett and Andre Dillard are not playing. we need better production.
Can they find them? They can find them, can't they?
They can
find
them. Not really. I mean, they don't have findable penalties. Like you're gonna find them. This kind of breach of contract, and Players Association get involved in this. You don't want that. So
you can't do that stuff anymore. Like back in the day where you was like, "Oh, y'all get a sack. You get $150. You get a sack." You can't do that anymore, huh?
No.
Jalen Hurts had 28 fantasy points today.
Oh, and she would know that. All right. JR says, I would be okay with Milton and Sweat starting. On the ends, yeah, I would be okay with that.
Sweat was getting that pressure, though.
Sweat was.
I got to go back and look at it. But, it was certain situations where he shouldn't have went upfield. That's the times that Mahomes did break the pocket. But he'll learn that going forward. But Sweat definitely has that ability. Yes.
One effing ball.
I screamed that like 10 times today. I know my neighbors is like, what is she yelling at? The TV.
Oh, he said, I guess you're being sarcastic here, Kyle. I guess if you want to call screen passes bouncing back, then yeah.
Kyle's a Hurts hater. So he blames him for why this team is garbage right now, even though the defense is like Swiss cheese.
I mean, they did.
And we got a whole rookie coaching staff who's still trying to figure out who they are. They don't even have an identity yet.
We need to figure out a run game, how to run the ball, what packages and what plays to run the ball. This shotgun.
How about on 3rd and 1? How about on 2nd and 1? How about on, 1st and goal? I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to run the ball. We just don't call the play.
I don't have Gainwell. Somebody asked me what the Gainwell get me.
Oh yeah, I got Gainwell.
I know. I was like, that's Pat's boy.
I'll let you know in 1 second how much Gainwell got you. You got me 20 points in fantasy.
20 points. Wow. I think I got him on my other team, but that team sucks. So I don't even look at it.
I got him on all my teams actually.
Yeah, it looks like the Cowboys helping you move up in our league, Dante. I know. He in the top 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So whoever's in fantasy right now, I'm going against.
I'm in the top 3, baby. But I don't want to brag about it because I'm doing it on the back of the cow turds.
I'm going to get Shell. I'm going to get Shell.
Are you going to get Shell this week?
Yeah, he got Patrick Mahomes. I had Josh Allen. Oh wow, I might win this one.
Who's first? Who's first? Our division has 3 of the top 4. Yes, I am. Yeah. Our division has 3 of the top 4. So shout out,
So
to
right now, in the Gang Green Cream Puffs. No, Cream Puffs on it. Yeah, Cream Puffs. This is Suana are 1 and 2. In the Bird Gang, it's Ju, yes, 3-0 with Chris, Dante, and where am I at? I'm number 6 in the Gang Green. Sheesh.
Yeah.
And Gang Green, what's that?
Gang Green, our division. Our division has 3 of the top 4 teams.
Yeah. We balling.
Yeah, we are.
I'm leading the league in scoring, yo. All right. So here Kyle says, seriously
I'm still number 1.
All right. Seriously though, who you playing? You playing Cream Puffs? See, let me see. I look at the points against you.
It's tight right now. I haven't let a lot of points against me. That's why I'm hanging in there.
All right. Kyle says, seriously though, does anyone here feel comfortable with Jalen throwing the ball over 10 yards? Did you see that ball he threw rolling to the left, or that duck he threw over the middle to Dallas?
I tell you right now, Kyle, he was way better today than he was the past 2 weeks. His accuracy, we always talk about his accuracy past 10 yards. He threw a couple pinpoint balls past 10 yards.
Even the announcers called it out.
The one pass he threw to Zach Ertz on the sideline. Zach Ertz didn't even break yet, and the ball was there when he broke. It hit him right on the stride for him to toe tap to go out of bounds. There were some passes that I know that he wish he could take back, but I mean, this is his second. Let's be honest. This is his rookie year.
He played like a top 10 quarterback with the numbers. So I still don't understand why he gets so much heat if you compare him to all the quarterbacks in the
Because our
league. Like, are we
expectations are
serious right
high.
now?
Our
Yeah, we have high
expectations are high.
expectations, but let's
So,
be realistic. I
yeah.
don't see people giving this kind of heat to other quarterbacks, and it's just like
387
seriously,
yards.
you
That's
got
crazy.
he got the numbers don't lie. If he could put up the numbers and get better week to week to week, that's all we looking for. Right now, our defense is ass. Let's
Yeah,
be
our
clear. That
defense.
ain't got nothing to do with Jalen. Our defense is
is
ass, ass,
trash.
ass. You
That's
know?
back-to-back weeks we've given up 40 points.
Oh my gosh.
Back-to-back weeks. Oh my goodness. I'm
Well,
going to be
make
buying
sure,
a bottle
make sure y'all go
for.
look. If y'all looking at all these quarterbacks in this draft, go look at them because I think somebody that said it in the chat. These quarterbacks are not good in this. That's going to be coming out this year.
Yeah.
All right.
There may be
Yenda said-
I'm tired. We need to let him get his couple of years
Yeah.
like we would give any other rookie quarterback and call it a day. This is game what for him? Game
Right.
what?
7, I think.
When
it's
he
7?
gets through a season, then come get at me then. But I don't even want to keep talking about this every single game. This is dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Well, he's going to get this criticism.
He deserves a season now.
Yeah, I know. I get that. But a part of why he's going to get this criticism is his draft position also.
What was the second round draft pick? I mean,
Yeah. Second round, not a first round.
He's not a first rounder. And first rounders not doing as good as Jalen don't get this kind of heat. Like, come on.
I do got to do this. I do got to say this though. Shout out to JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Even though he got that one penalty, this dude was a monster. Oh,
I feel you,
Ooh.
Toby. That's how I feel.
He was a monster making plays on special teams today. He caused a fumble. He had some very good blocks. Now I need Sirianni to understand that teams view him as a straight up blocker. They understand when he comes in game, there's going to be screens. So feed off of that and use him in the actual pass game. Now you can actually have him come off the block. Oh, you want another shot? And he come off the block.
No, you can't use him. That's why he's in as a blocker.
That's
why.
Fake the
That's
block.
why that's his prominent role is blocking. Now we've tried to see if he can catch the ball for 3 years. 3 years. Yeah. He doesn't get any separation. That's why. That's probably the best position for him since he can't separate from the defense person anyway. You might as well block him since he's going to be close to you. You might as well block this guy because you're not going to get away from him. So while you're that close, why don't you put some hands on this dude for us and help us out in that way? The Heat. Oh, I agree with Toby too. The Heat should be on the OC and the coach for the play calling and not running the ball and the defense staying in zone. Yeah,
every week.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and nobody that should be what we're really upset about is the game plan. What quarterback's going to be successful with a BS and basic AF game plan? Come on.
Yeah,
so I got to say this though, but you got to realize next week, hey, Fat Go Giants, whatever. So
I'm not putting that up there.
I know.
You can kill that noise.
Next week we do have some people coming back from injury. So next week we get Tyree Jackson back. That was a tight end that was dominating during the summer. A 6'7", 4'4" guy who's converted from a quarterback to tight end. He comes back next week. So we get some more weapons for the offense, maybe. Hopefully Brandon Brooks will come back in 2 weeks. I think he'd be eligible to come back, not this Carolina game, but the game after, which we would definitely need him. And I think Mulata may be back next week because they didn't put him on IR. So he may be back, and Lane Johnson should be back from whatever personal situation he had to take care of this week. So I mean, we are getting healthy. We are trending upward, hopefully.
Yeah, but I don't think their injuries really cost us the game. I think
it did. It's our defense.
Yeah, Seth Joyner should be our defensive coordinator.
Shoot. I would go with that.
Deuce should be our coach. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Well, Deuce has a whole big issues over there with the Lions right now. So
really, what happened?
Yeah,
Dish.
The Lions aren't doing too well, and their run game ain't that great, and they're not talking. They lost to the Bears today, so
they don't have the talent we have.
It's not that they don't have the talent; it's that they're not producing with the guys that they have, and it's not looking good on.
Yeah, that don't look good because they have Swift. Swift, and
he's a dynamic running back.
Yeah,
Right.
They're not putting him in the right positions. They're not doing the right things there, and they just look like a dumpster fire right now. We talk about our defense. Their whole team looks like a dumpster fire.
You're like both sides, everything, every position.
Everything. Listen, they was on the goal line. Jared Goff was trying to call an audible. The center just snapped the ball when he's calling an audible. The ball hit off the quarterback. It went onto the defensive side of the ball. Like, in the defensive tackle, unbeknownst that the play started, had the ball in his hands. Like, oh, I got a ball. Like, that's how crazy that team is going to look. And I do feel bad for Deuce. But right now we got our team. We got our guys. We got to rock out with our guys. Maybe Jonathan Game does get fired at the end of the year if he doesn't improve and doesn't start blitzing. Stay out the zone. You don't got the linebackers to stay in the zone because the defense that you're playing actually is conducive to fast, smart linebackers. Like, if you go look at the Tampa Bay defense, how they played what's your name last year, Patrick Mahomes last year, they actually ran something similar to the defense that we ran. But their linebackers, not only were they fast, they had the instincts to understand the different concepts and different reads. Our linebackers don't have that. Much as we talk about Alex Singleton, he's still a special teams ace.
Now we say that because of his show.
I mean, he's a good player.
Last year we were like, oh, you might have found a linebacker.
I like Singleton. He's productive. He's productive. That's what we need. But
he shouldn't be the number one linebacker right now. He's more or less the guy that should be on the weak side who can play a tight end that can come in there on certain situations. Like,
he's definitely not ready.
I want
to be
Sean
number
Bradley
one.
in there. I want your Temple guy in there. I want Sean Bradley. I want Davion Taylor. I want these guys. They're fast. They have instincts. And they talk about Taylor, who was before he got injured, would have been the starting middle linebacker.
Yeah,
he needs to get healthy. He needs his butt on that field because he's the fastest guy we have on defense.
All right, D-Rock says, I agree people need to leave Hurts alone. He's doing the best to save this team. The defense is the problem right now because they're not matching up to his standards. Till that happens, we are going to lose. It is what it is, Joe. Next year's crop of QBs won't be as good as this year's crop, so drafting only defense with our picks will be the choice in 2022.
Hold up. Jahan Dotson is available. You got to take Jahan Dotson. I know it's three wide receivers in 3 years. Jahan Dotson from Penn State is a problem. And we've been having we have been wide receiver university for the last few years. So
we ain't getting another wide. You can kill that noise. If this defense keeps up, we should be
Swiss
defense heavy.
He's
that good though. He's that good.
I get it, but
that's like passing on Randy Moss. It's like passing on Randy Moss or Steve Smith. How about Steve Smith?
We got enough. We don't have enough defensive weapons.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
Defensive weapons.
If we had defensive weapons, these young boys on offense could really do their thing. But we don't have that. And he needs to get his play calling together. He did better, but again, he needs some actual design plays and plug and play to RPO. I just don't understand. I think he did a better job of that this week, but the last couple of games, if he doesn't start, doing, actually running the ball, we're not going to get anywhere. You can't balance things out for your QB if you don't run the ball.
Right.
And that's not his call. That's Sirianni's call.
Mel says, do we trust Howie to draft heavy defense?
No.
No.
Marlon, yes, we need another wide receiver.
It depends on, I mean, I guess it depends on who's in the draft.
We don't need another
Yo, I was thinking about getting us Josh Gordon when he got reinstated. We should got him, but that didn't happen. He went to the Chiefs. He looks like a
I'm with Richard.
Draft defense and offensive line. Yeah, I can see that too. I can do that. Because we're going to need to replace Brandon Brooks.
Number 99 from Georgia. Draft number 99 from Georgia. All right. Right now he takes up two people and he throws them back both one hand. Like, that's why that defense is so outstanding.
Georgia balled yesterday.
Draft all SEC players. Continue to draft all SEC players. Georgia and Alabama.
That's true, Rodney. The RPO is causing many penalties. For real, for real.
It is.
For real.
All right. So yeah, so that might be some call. That might be the reason for Dillard's penalties today.
Come on,
Robert,
you're wide receiver. I mean, you're
Robin.
tight. That last penalty, it wasn't an RPO. It was a play action pass, and he was still downfield.
All right. Did he hold the ball too long? I can't remember the play.
But again,
Big wide out
he
and not
looked like
JJ.
he was wandering around, like he had. I hate to say this, it looked like he was just lost his mind, or was just wandering around. Looking around like, oh, what should I do?
Delirious.
6 yards downfield, just looking around like this. I rewind. He's doing this.
Oh my goodness. Brandon Brooks hasn't played 16 games since we got him from Houston. He's been a Pro Bowler though, but
He's been all pro, not Pro Bowl. He's been an all.
Yeah, he's been
pro.
all pro actually. But this is like three major, and well, this one was a major, but yeah, I guess it is major. He's
It's a strain.
He's
He'll be
going to
back. He'll
miss
be back next week.
6 games. Is a lot of games to miss, and then he missed all of the previous 2 years. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be, unless he takes a pay cut or restructure or something like that. I can see Howie. I can see him being a cap casualty next week.
Hey, shout out
year.
to Myron Burnett. The guy name is Jordan Davis. That's his name from Georgia.
Who? What?
Defensive tackle. I was talking about number 99. We need to draft defense.
They said Karen said, "Look, 2 TDs, 400 yards. Hurts did well."
It's not enough for some people. That's not enough.
Yeah, what's wrong with y'all?
That's not enough.
Hurts
God
is not the
we
problem
have
today.
penalties in the red zone that have nothing to do with Hurts every
Yes.
week, every single week.
Yeah.
Nothing
there
to do
you
with him.
go. We have our first vote for the Eagles Talk crew to take over the reins. Let's go. I'm with it.
Don't get me
Pat Dollar
started.
D. Michelle, go ahead and do the office. And I'm going to make everybody do laps when they don't do what they supposed
That's
to do.
right. That's right.
Josh Sweat needs to get it together on defense. He's killing us with penalties.
Yeah, if he cuts down his
wait a
penalties,
minute.
he's still beasting though.
We talking
He's
about
still
Josh
beasting.
Sweat. Wait a minute. First of all, that penalty they call when he was offsides. No, he was not offsides. If we go back and look at that actual play when the ball was snapped, this is the ball. This is Josh. He's going at the same time as the ball. At the same time as the ball. It's so happy that he's
No, not the one I saw.
Yes, he didn't cross that ball.
Was that how many penalties
last
did he
one.
have? Because
He only
the
had
one
2.
I saw,
Go ahead,
he
2.
was way early.
We get held a lot and get no calls too.
Yeah,
That's
they
another
don't
thing that
call
bothers
that.
me.
Yeah, we got screwed. Like, all right, here he
The
said. What he
Jets won a
said?
game.
Oh, they won too.
Good for
Yeah.
them.
Jeez,
They beat the
we were
Titans.
playing. Donovan says it best. We were playing the Chiefs and the officials, and the officials. The officials.
Why we always seem to play the officials? We don't.
I
Pay
don't
them enough.
know.
We don't pay them enough.
But it was a
Clearly.
couple bad plays. I mean, bad calls. I believe like you said, they took that Devontae Smith touchdown away. He was forced out, and he got back in, and
he
I think that should have
established-
been a touchdown. He established himself. He
established himself back in
reestablished
bounds.
himself. Yeah, that was a horrible call. So Mel Davis said, "Just realized during the game that Andy is going to have Josh Gordon at his disposal next week." I know,
Yeah,
right?
you just realized
To add
that?
with
Yeah.
that. Wow. Brooks, Lane, if you could get a 2 or 3 for them, do you do it? Brooks or Lane?
No,
Maybe for Brooks, I might.
I mean,
I think
listen, I
Lane's
like
still- I think
Driscoll.
Lane is still pretty
Driscoll
productive.
was excellent today. He was. I could go look back at the tape and see how many pressures he allowed. Nick Herbert is a serviceable offensive interior guy. Andre Dillard, yes, we got to get rid of him. We really got to get rid of him. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw some plays today where I still gotta go look back at the tape. He had some good plays. He had some terrible plays. I'm not talking about penalties. I'm talking about him being an offensive tackle in this league.
Rent is due. That's right, and he pays his rent.
He's late on his rent. Andre Dillard is late on his
Oh
rent.
yeah, Andre Dillard is not. Yeah, he's behind on his rent.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
let's go to everybody's numbers, and you can see who paid their rent and who did not.
All right, look, here's Michael says, to be honest, I'm surprised how well our young offensive line held
Yes.
up. Gives me hope for the
Yes,
future. And that is
yeah.
a bright spot of
Yeah.
today.
I was impressed by that.
Landon Dickerson, I mean, he did look good. Again, I have to go back and look at the tape and see all the mistakes and see all the rushes. But from here up, he only got sacked 3 times, and two of those times was his fault. Let's be honest. Running into a sack. So
They did well. I think they did well
I think they
to
did
put
well.
up the points in the yardage that they put up.
You got the
And
there.
4 of our 5 starting linemen were out today. And it wasn't well, it was, we did give up 40 points, but I don't think it was by any fault of the offensive line's play.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job, especially coming in as late as who's that? Herberg he was not slated to be.
Driscoll got activated yesterday.
Yeah.
He just got activated yesterday. He was going to play guard. They said no, we need you to play right tackle. And the thing about Driscoll is that we know how good he could be all the way from every position on the line except center, right? We saw it last year when he was healthy. He was able to play these positions to a high standard. So we know about Driscoll. We know about Herbert because he's a big guy. He lost weight. He got back in peak condition this year. The thing about it is we're still looking at Dickerson because he's a rookie. We want to know what can he offer as a rookie. Then the thing about Andre Dillard is that we know who Andre Dillard is, and he's not a starter in this league with us.
All right. Well, Rob says our offense played good. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. Our offense played good. All falls on defense, and they had plenty of rest because they had some long drives.
Facts.
Yeah, because we were putting together some long drives. So it's no excuse. I mean, we said that might have been an excuse before when Sirianni was having brain freeze and going 3 and out a lot, and our defense had to spend a lot of time on the field. But today was not the case. We put together some pretty long drives, never punted, and still this defense looked very porous. Very porous. Oh, my goodness. We were – I remember a time not too long ago because we're only in week 4, but I remember a time when I was looking forward to seeing our defense be our reestablishing the identity of the Philadelphia Eagles, and that doesn't look like it's going to happen at all. I thought I was going to see a more aggressive defense, and that is not the case at all. And I think because of the lack of aggression, we're getting smoked. I mean, no blitzing, zone coverage. This is not good, man. This is not good at all. You get one aspect of your game that wakes up the offense. Sirianni comes back, makes better play calling decisions, B- today in my book, and then your defense does nothing to support that. Defense does nothing to support it. That's kind of discouraging, disappointing.
Yeah. When we needed some big stops, nobody was there to be fine. Fletcher Cox, he was kind of absent today, but I kind of understand that from week in and week out what's going on with Fletcher Cox. I know he's being double teamed. I can expect that, but I need these guys to start really stepping up. I need Jonathan Gannon to say, look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I will not be Jim Schwartz 2.0. All right. But I'm gonna take a shot along with my wife. I got her a shot glass right now.
All right.
How about our tight ends being active today? They had
they were.
Yeah,
they were
over 100 yards.
They paid their rent today. They paid
their
rent.
Should have been 2 touchdowns, but Dallas Goedert's got some strong behind the hands. I'll tell you that right now. That touchdown. I don't know too many people would held on to that pass right like that. But with that being said, shout out to our tight ends. Shout out to our offense getting back onto to the right side of the ball this game. Maybe next week we start running the ball and incorporate that into our offensive pass game, because you definitely can be dominant with the pass game that we have, but if we add the rush, the running into it, we would be unstoppable in offense. No punts. Every time we touch the ball, like we can score. So shout out to. Let me do this. All right,
we're going to do that on the way out. I'm going to, and we're going to be on our way out. Let me say this. I brought this up in pregame. Do you think that is still, if the front office owner are still have an effect on the coach and his play calling? Because even after a week where we only saw 3 rushes, I don't think we saw nearly enough or nearly the amount of rushes that we wanted to see today. We didn't see that. So Do we think that Jeffrey Lurie has an influence on Nick Sirianni and the lack of him running the ball?
I'm going to say today it was more of a dictator of the game flow. You saw we were able to destroy them in the air and run occasionally. We only ran the ball 19 times, but at the same time, the game dictated us being more pass heavy. Last week we didn't run the ball at all, so we couldn't do anything. Our play action wasn't even there. But today was more or less. I don't think that the front office was involved like it might have been last week. This week was more or less. It was just like if we could take advantage of it, take advantage of it. Today just seemed like a different play calling than it was last week.
It did. I mean, it was more productive. I'll give you that. But we still yearn for a little bit more running. Whew. So let me see this.
A lot.
Yeah, Sanders isn't happy. He already said something last week. He said, "All I know is you need to run the ball to win the game."
Right.
He just said
and Robin says, "Did you see the look on Sanders' face when he finally got back in late in the game? He was like, oh, so now you want to give me the ball." Man, our defense. This is not a adjective you ever want to be used with your defense. Our defense is passive. We need better linebackers. That is not an adjective you ever want to hear used with your defense.
Yeah, somebody put up there about Steven Nelson being an aggressive press corner. I think it was
Indoor. I saw that. Hold up.
No, I don't think it was the Indoor. Yeah, it was the Indoor.
There you go, the Indoor. Yeah. He says, simply, we don't have the personnel for the defense we run. You take the best part of Slade's game out of the playbook. Mm-hmm. Steve Nelson is an aggressive press corner, but they got him 10 yards off the ball, terrible linebackers, and 2 run support safeties. They don't really make plays.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's what you said in a nutshell. We're playing zone with 2 press corners. Yeah.
That's like you got Deion Sanders and Jalen Ramsey. You say, you know what? No, we don't want y'all to play man coverage. We want y'all. I mean, that ain't that good, but we don't want y'all to play man coverage. We're just gonna back you off 10 yards.
No, you got to do better, JG. JG, we got to do better. We're looking for progress every week, and it seems as though you're regressing from the first week of the season when we thought the defense was great. To now, we've taken a couple steps back. So, JG, you got to step up and do a better job. Got to cut the penalties out. I'll put that on the coaches or whatever. You got to coach these guys so they are more disciplined out there and don't make stupid mistakes. It's a mental game as well as a physical game. And with that, we're going to do the shot, and we're going to get out of here. So, Pat, who's the shot for?
My shot is for Nichelle because, they stay busy. I know you have a lot going on, and shout out to your school, shout out to the Temple for the W and being relevant in the city and getting young men from the city to go to that university. I wish they was as relevant as they are now when I was coming out of school because I probably went to Temple. So shout out to Temple.
All right, so we're gonna leave. We not even doing a toast to our own team. But anyway, everybody.
Jalen Hurts. How about Jalen Hurts?
Shout out to Jalen. Yeah, shout out to Devontae Smith, 100 yards. Shout out to Hargrave. Shout out to the people that balled, our tight ends. Let's shout out to the people that balled. They deserve credit for doing their jobs. They paid their rent.
All right, here we go. We will see you guys after we look at the tape. Again, we will be back on Thursday, our regular time, upon further review, and talk about this game in more in depth. We'll see what Pat has to say. All right, guys. See you guys on Thursday, same bat channel, same bat time. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For Pat and Nichelle, we'll see you guys. Down the hatch, yo.
Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3,